Hi, superstars. Welcome to this week's energy update. We're going to break on down what's happening in the collective and the message this week, which is go all in. Secondly, we're going to take a call in question. A gal from Los Angeles, California, right where I am, calling in about feeling lonely and really feeling kind of sad, even after doing a lot of her inner work. So, what actually is really going on spiritually? And then lastly, we're going to talk about this week's universal law, which is a law of abundance. So, you definitely want to grab your journal, grab a tea, sit down, and let's get this week going. Let's go.
Welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. May you live your truth.
Hi there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Erin, Dr. Divinity, founder of Spiritual Psychology School and Soul Society Community. We come together each week to know the truth, live on spiritual wisdom, and really embodying our truth, our soul's purpose, and coming together to get our mind right each week. We live in a time where there's a lot of energetics, a lot of chaos going on, amplified through AI technology and social media and emails and things. And every week we know the most important thing that we do is get our mind right and align with universal law and align with really what our mission is here on this planet. Okay, so this week we want to break down a few things. Number one is the energy update. And so each week I come in really with what's coming through in consciousness. I began to channel years back, and I don't channel an alien or channel a deity. I channel straight from source. Some would call it an oracle, but that sounds really like egoic. But really, truly, you are a channel as well. So anything coming through in consciousness comes through in downloads. And the number one thing that came through this week was go all in. There are so many people in the collective really holding back. And the biggest regret we can have in life is not fully living our truth. So it brought me to a story of Deepak Chopra. I know you guys probably know who he is. And, here he was in his journey. Okay. And hopefully this relates to something maybe you're going through. Okay. So here he was, he had all this training at the top medical schools in the world, Harvard and all these different places. He went to a bunch of different medical schools, okay? And he actually came upon Maharishi Yogi, and he realized that everything he had been studying, the external effect of what was going on in the biology of the body, was actually the effect. The cause was spirit. And Maharishi Yogi basically was saying that, look, you're studying the illusion world. You're not studying what is really actually the real truth, which is spirit and the creator of all things. So he literally was faced with this point in time where he was like, wow, my truth is actually to study and embody truth, but I've spent so much time studying, as a medical doctor. And he literally had to give up everything to surrender and really go all in on his dream. And so what I know for sure is that each of us have been planted like a seed of a dream from the God source within. Whether that may be moving to a different place on the planet, or whether that is, hey, I know I'm supposed to have a child, or hey, I know I have this soul's purpose to rise as a spiritual, practitioner, coach, whatever that is. I know that you have had something planted in your heart that probably you can't deny. And so a lot of what's happening in the collective is our values have shifted, and what we thought were our dreams, all the illusion part of that is going away. And we're actually faced with what we really are here to do. And so just like Deepak Chopra, he had to go all in. So that's the collective message for this week. So, and going a little further, just ask yourself, who would you have to be to embody your dream? What would you have to let go of? And what would you really need to have to go all in on? Okay. Getting rid of the comfort. Okay. Because comfort is, we're not here, we're in a masterclass. We're not here for comfort. We're here to really evolve consciousness and really go into right mind, which is not always in the collective. Okay. So getting rid of distractions, getting rid of needing validation from the culture, from your family, from whatever that is, but rather going all in on what you're here to do. And so that comes to actually also understand that the week and what's going on is that we have May 20th, of course, is entering Gemini. And that is today. Okay. So May 20th is when this podcast comes out, when this show comes out. Okay. And the sun enters Gemini. Okay. So we have to know that Gemini is kind of that duality in mind, right? It's shifting towards clarity, communication, and activating, ideas, and the duality of mind and personality and lives, right? We might be living two different lives. We have to choose between illusion or truth. So you and each of the collective is really standing in this place between the old world of illusion and the systems that no longer work, that aren't in oneness, and then in truth. And we're really getting pulled, right? We're getting pulled towards the AI. We're getting pulled towards the tech, which we may use that in truth, but we can't become the effect of that, right? We have to live in truth. So where are you living in duality? Where are you still living in the illusion of separation and division versus truth? It may be somebody that you need to make amends with. It might be a family member you're not talking to. Okay. It might be whatever that is. It's not the truth. And so as we enter into Gemini, it's going to be revved up even more of seeing that illusion and knowing what's right and what's still divided. Okay. So next, it brings me to the next little segment, which is the call-in question of the week. And sometimes we take in call-in questions live on the podcast. Sometimes we just have people that ask questions. I have not announced it yet, but we're going to be launching a membership for the first time, a very, very amazing membership that anybody will be able to come into, that is going to be really diving into monthly workshops and all kinds of spiritual practices and 30-day challenges. And you'll be able to actually come onto a live monthly podcast. So we'll be actually having people come up in the hot seats and do all kinds of things. So in the interim right now, we are just having some of the people in our community and around the world ask questions. Okay. So this person actually her name's Angela from Los Angeles, kind of apropos here. It sounds like you're in alignment. She's not in our community as far as in any of our programs, but she actually wrote in. And she actually is, she's a seeker, if you will. And she writes this. She says, I've been doing the inner work, meditating, journaling. I've been going to retreats. But lately I just feel empty, alone, and lost. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay. But it feels really heavy. Okay. So we have to know a few things, Angela. Number one is that sometimes it's not just us. We're tapping into the collective. So oftentimes we take it as like something's wrong with me, I'm not feeling well. But oftentimes we're actually tapping into the collective. So sometimes we're just sad because we're tapping into the collective pain body, right? So we have to really dive deep and go, okay, let me go in and journal, let me meditate, let me pray on this, and let me see what's really going on. Okay. So loneliness, okay, it's not a punishment, it's a real prophecy. It's knowing that you're not in alignment. Okay. You're not broken, and you're being called forward. You're being called to rise up, right? Loneliness and sadness are messages of your higher self whispering, you're not living your truth. Okay. So whether you're here to have that, divine appointment of sadness and loneliness, be a place to say, hey, I need to create a community. I need to help others that are feeling this way. Or, hey, I have deeper healing to do. Okay. So we want to really ask, what's really going on? Because if you're living your truth, right, there's ultimate truths, like we're all one, but there's relative truths. We can feel divided, right? So where are you playing, where are you not playing your true self? Where are you being inauthentic? Where are you pretending? Where are you settling? Where you can't settle anymore? The body and the emotions are going to tell us automatically where we're not living our truth. They're going to tell us where we're out of alignment instantaneously. So we don't even need to go figure it out all the time. Our body's going to tell us, and then we have to really listen to our body. So I invite you, Angela, I invite you to go all in. So what does that mean? That doesn't mean do more. That doesn't mean, go all in and do it all, right? It means finally aligning to your life and what's real for you. Okay. It means asking yourself, right? Where am I pretending? Where am I need to be more radically honest with myself, right? Where do I need to know, where do I actually want to heal? Or where do I actually need to take action or do whatever it is to actually fulfill upon what I'm here? It may just be it's being called for you to go fully on in your spiritual practice. A lot of us think that if we just get our dreams met, or if we just, get something that's fulfilling, or if we just do our soul's purpose, our soul's purpose is to clear the soul, but and just to connect with the highest self, beyond our unique divine expression, beyond our unique calling in our business, right? You may just want to go all in on a spiritual practice. Sometimes we've done a lot of healing work and trauma work, but we just need to connect through meditation every day and get in our oneness and feel alive with the universe. Maybe we just need to go into Mother Nature. Okay. So this is about you getting radically honest and going, I'm not going to pretend like it's okay, or just want to fix being sad. Sadness and loneliness doesn't just go away. Maybe it will with meditation, feeling oneness, but it's in general telling us that we're not supposed to be alone, that we are designed to be with people. We're designed to be in community. We're designed, right? Okay. So it's not a sign to slow down necessarily either. It's a sign to go deeper. It's a sign that, that there's something, there's a connection that's being craved with your higher self, with your soul's purpose, and with your tribe. Okay. So Angela, I'm holding you all in my heart. And I suggest this: go all in, go all in, not go all in over there, go all in. Okay. That's the message of this week. That's the message that came through in the collective. That's the channeled message of this week. Okay. So, final segment of this week's energy update, which is the universal law of the week. If you don't already have the universal law calendar, you can click the link below. It's free, and every week on Sunday at 11:11 on your calendar, it will state the law of the week. There's only one universal law, which is the law of one, or the law of cause and effect, how we create. But there's 52 distinctions we go over each week of the year, and also for my universal law card deck as well. Each of those distinctions are there. So the destiny right now, the conversation that's called forth in the collective, is the law of abundance, because you may feel some lack, some scarcity. You just don't have the right answers. You don't have enough clarity. And that is the law of abundance saying, hey, the truth is there's no limitations in the universe, that within you is all knowingness, is all abundance, is all resources come from within. That the only thing that can give us lack is our thinking and use of the energetics. Okay. So universal law of teaches us the essence that there's only prosperity, there's only love, there's only wisdom, and everything comes from us, and it's given out and then it's reflected back. Okay. So as you go all in, it's not going about all in, it's going, go all in. If you want abundance, if you want clarity, stop looking to the world and go all in. When you go all in, you are met with abundance. You are met with all of it. And so I'm knowing this for Angela. I'm knowing that for the collective. So really stop discounting your gifts. Stop waiting to be chosen. Stop waiting for a sign from the universe. Rather, go all in. Go into prayer and meditation. Or better yet, do some E4 method, hint, hint, okay? Do your regression work, do your inner work, get clear of what your truth is. Birth your soul's purpose, birth your values, birth what's really there for you. And so I just know that the universe wants to reflect and meet you abundantly when you go all in. Okay. So on that note, I'm just knowing a powerful, powerful week. If you're in my community, if you're in the school, we go over all this and we go along so much more, really training and doing the E4 regression work of current life, past life, and future time compressing, manifesting. We go over spiritual psychology and also universal law, and really understand the creative dynamics of how we create, how the subconscious mind is one with the superconscious mind. And so I'm knowing a powerful week this week. And if you want to, share this video or share this podcast with any of your dear friends, the podcast has almost 1 million downloads. On YouTube, we're barely getting on here, so we're going to work it. So if you can share, like, and comment, it really helps us. Subscribe as well to the podcast or the video here. And if you're ready to go to the next level and come into the community, we will be launching the membership very shortly, probably within the next month. And I'm super, super excited to spend, again, monthly workshops with you, doing 30-day challenges and really knowing the abundance together, and also coming on the live monthly podcast for Q&As collectively, having hot seats, asking call-ins and things like that. Okay. So you guys have a beautiful, blessed day. Let's take one breath together. Taking a deep breath in, connecting the right and left hemisphere of the brain, connecting the heart and the head in coherence. And I'm just knowing the truth of this week of going all in to source, that 0 point field in the center of every molecule and cell and in the heart, that place that connects all of us in the quantum field, that place that connects all of us spiritually in our divinity. And I know within there is all abundance. There is all healing of loneliness and sadness. There is all clarity for knowing exactly where you're not going all in your life. And so I'm knowing a life fully embraced in the divine, fully in spirit, fully in joy and in light. And I simply know that space is the 99.99999 space of all the truth of life, the spiritual world. Everything out here is that 1% that is the Maya. I'm just knowing great week in the name of truth, as together we say, and so it is. Okay, you guys have a beautiful, blessed day. All the links are below. If you want to join the community, grab the free Universal Law weekly calendar. Okay, have a beautiful, blessed day, and may you live the truth.